And we're back in Orlando, and look who's here. It's Dr. Mark Kiselica, everybody. I want to be honest with you. You are one of my favorite psychologists, and you also look like a Ken doll.
I've never been told that.
Really?
Yeah, never. Not once in my life, Dave. Not even by him.
So you have written a number of books, and you're also a series editor for a really cool book series on psychotherapy with men and boys. And the reason I say it's very cool is because one of my books is in it. And
That's right. Therapy with Young Men.
That's right.
16 to 24. Here's the
Times
author.
bestseller.
Here he is, audience, right here.
Right here. How did you get interested in that whole line of work and that way of approaching your work and that area of interest?
My dad, who's the most wonderful father you could ever ask for, had a really tough childhood. And if somebody had been there to try and make a difference in his life, I think his life path would have been very different. So I was always inspired by that, you know, kind of by helping other kids vicariously, helping him. But the other thing is, when I started to work in inpatient psychiatric units, most people found it easier to talk with girls and not with the guys, and many of my colleagues wanted to throw the guys off the unit. And I took it as a personal challenge to figure out how to connect with them. And at the time, the psych literature really was clueless about how do men connect and form friendships. And so I started writing and researching on that, and that led to my work with teenage fathers, which brought into at-risk boys, which brought into boys, men, and masculinity. So here I am with two cool men.
Two very masculine guys.
Super masculine.
You know, alpha males, alpha male to my left, alpha male to my right.
And you have an amazing book, and I really mean that amazing because it addresses policy issues, it addresses applied practice issues, academic issues and educational pieces of it on teenage fatherhood. And your book on counseling boys, give us the title of that one.
The series that you mentioned before, in which your book is a volume.
Which, by the way, might very well be the best book ever written.
Yes.
I believe it's up to 540,000 on Amazon.
It was actually 3.5. Yeah, it was 3,500,000, or something like that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, mine's lagging behind, but no, mine was the first book in the series. It's called Counseling Troubled Boys, and it has various chapters on different populations of boys. Some of them are on how do you connect with boys, what are male-friendly practices, you've written about that, and others are on specific populations like depressed boys or gay boys or boys who have been sexually abused. So.
Yeah, I read it cover to cover. It's an outstanding book. You are a fine man. I don't care what Frank Gaskill says about you behind your back.
Fine Kindle.
Mark Kiselica, everybody. Let's give it up for him. Thanks very much.